What is good? It's the Council of Comics, July 14th, 2024. And it's 5:30 tonight. We started a half hour late, but we're all here. Kamara is with us. We're doing Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Good. What else?
Oh, when she sang that song for Little Rue.
Oh, yeah. Who didn't get choked up at that? You know, I like you better, Effie, without all that makeup.
Oh, I like you better sober.
Like it's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, episode number 95, July 14th, 2024. We're already in the middle of the summer, man. This summer is just flying by. But make sure you are like and subscribe. And with me, as always, loyal counsel, C. Bizzle, Phil, Cliff, Green Shirt Guy, and of course, Kamaria Carrington. And our Mockingjay special today. How is everybody doing?
Pretty well.
Doing good.
We want to say happy birthday to Kamaria. She had her birthday this weekend. We are the finale of the birthday. So, of course, it's only right we do Mockingjay Part 1. That's right. Mockingjay Part 1 is the movie that you should have did your homework for. And as always, I'd like to give you a chance to win a duck. So I'm going to put this question up on the screen. In what district did Katniss film her first Propo video? District 12, District 11, District 8, or District 5? You must put that in the comments section. I'll even put up a banner for you guys with the possible choices and the question. And make sure you put that in the comment section. At the end of the show, we will spin for that beloved duck for our great monthly giveaway, which we got a lot of good things to add in tomorrow, but that is another story, my friends. All right, first up, let's get up to our announcements. Young at Heart Foundation is a great organization run by our good friend Mike out in California. Faith, trust, belief is their motto. They help kids out in California that are awaiting medical procedures. Two ways you can help out this organization. First way is you can go to the website youngatheartfoundation.com and you can click this button, register to become a donor for Donate at Life America, because more than 100,000 people are waiting for a life-saving transplant, and you can register today to be a donor by clicking this button. Second way to help is to sponsor a Hope Kit that is 100% tax deductible. They'll take all the funds, create these nice little gift boxes for the kids that are awaiting these procedures. If you have another way that you want to help Mike, you can give him a call at 323-396-9998 or email him at info@youngatheartfoundation.com and tell him that the Council of Comics sent you. It's a good friend out there. Check it out. Next up, Alternativus. This is our home away from home in Hyde Park, New York. 870 Violet Avenue, Hyde Park, New York. It's owned by our good friend Anthony, who is also part of the Council of Comics. That's him right there with Spider-Man on that picture. This is where we get all our comic books. This is where we go every Tuesday to film, hang out, to shoot the ish, all the craziness that goes on that you see in videos. But Anthony has a special. Sorry, Jamal. Get you out of there. Oh, it's not letting me get rid of Jamal. All right. Anthony has a special for everybody out there that does not have a comic book shop. You don't have a local comic book shop, LCS, whatever you want to call it, because they don't sell them out in the stores anymore, or you're driving like 2 hours to get to a comic shop or something like that. Anthony will make it easy for you. He'll take your information, have that shipped out to you, and give you 10% off of all your books. All the books will be bagged and boarded, because that is a must at Alternaverse. Everything gets bagged and boarded when it comes in there. How do you get that? You get in touch with Anthony at 845-233-4234 or email him at alternaverse2@aol.com. The website is alternaverse.net. Tell them the council sent you. They also have card tournaments on the weekends. Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic. Just give Anthony a call and he will give you the schedule for those tournaments. Next up on the YouTubes, Council of Comics is only 9 away from 900, 891 and rising. Oh, I think we're going to hit that very, very soon, guys. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. And I've been pumping out videos because I've been feeling better. I even got stuff scheduled all the way out until August. But the latest videos we have is skits and pics from episode 106 of New Comic Book Day Live. I also put up a motion comic, 3-part motion comic. This is part 1. Part 2 will drop on Monday. Part 3 will drop on Thursday. Of Inquisitors, issue number 1. I thought it was a great issue, so I thought I'd put together a little, no dialogue, just a little music in the background, and just cut together for you to see. There's also tons of comic book pickups that I've been putting up. I actually have 3 scheduled here that are coming up, but the latest one is the Dollar Bin Comic Shop Haul. You can check that one out. We also have Council Conversations. We had a nice little talk with Steve and Chris about the Acolyte. That's great. You can check that out. But tons of stuff that you might like. Search the playlist, hit that subscribe button. Next up, Cliff on Comics. Clifford?
Go to Cliff on Hot Comics, home of comics and coffee with Cliff, where I just did an episode yesterday with Scotty Vaughn, so go check that out. Next week, it's going to be our new friend Mike from Super Slam Comics, and hopefully the week after that, it's going to be Sea Bizzle. So look forward to that in the future. Go check it out over on Cliff on Comics.
Excellent. Make sure you're liked and subscribed. Next up,
and I have a mature warning sign now. So put it away.
No comment.
Hide your kids. Next up, Couching Slouching with C Bizzle.
Hey guys, please come check out my stuff. Right now I'm doing a ton of unboxings. I just did an AOK last week. This Monday I'm dropping a video of what I've gotten from New Comic Book Day. I'm also working on a pretty sizable project. We must have a big project. Y'all guys know you got the Energon universe, you got the Ghost Machine universe. One universe not many people are talking about these days is the Massiverse with Radiant Black, The Dead Lucky, No One, Rogue Sun. Great books. I want to talk about that universe so everybody can get, more information on another universe that they may want to collect. Also, I'm here on, of course, today, Sunday, Mondays and Wednesdays with these great group of guys here. As Cliff just announced, I will be on his Coffee with Cliff in a couple of weeks. And you'll see me on there. So please sub me up and sub these guys up on their channels so we all can, get to 1,000.
Indeed. Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. Make sure you are liked and subscribed. And we are also part of this lovely Sunday legendary lineup, ladies and gentlemen, that started at 9:45 a.m. with Breakfast with Brian. Then came Comic Book Church at 10:45 a.m. Then, of course, we were a little bit late today. Sorry about that. 5 p.m. usually. And then 6 p.m. Comic Book Hangout, the Sunday Sesh. And then at 7 p.m. is Kicking It with K-Pop. 8:30 is Legion of Comics. 9 p.m. is Black Crown Comics with their weekly comic wrap-up. And then wrapping up the Sunday night lineup is Trev, the Shipping Guru, and Evil's Comics at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. So make sure you check out Sunday's legendary lineup. All right, we got some stuff to talk about. But I'm going to start light. I'm going to start good. I'm going to start off on a good thing. We're not going to start off crazy. We're going to start off on a good thing. Can we talk about it?
Yes.
Can we talk about it? Oh, yeah. I see you rubbing those hands, C Bizzle.
Yes, sir.
All I'm going to say is
Liv Tyler actually going to be in the movie?
Yes, Liv Tyler is
She's coming back. We're getting Betty back.
Yes.
Betsy Ross returns to the world.
I am excited about this movie.
This movie looks very Winter Soldier-ish, which I love.
Yes.
And that's one of my favorite. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go ahead. Who's gonna say something? Cliff, you're gonna say something?
I was gonna say it looks action packed. I have no clue what the actual plot is. That's my only concern. I don't know. What
That's great, though. Wouldn't you think that's great that you don't know what's going on?
Yeah.
Normally I would, but knowing that they spent way too much money on this movie, my concerns are high.
My concerns are very low.
Like they spent money and
good.
reshot it
And
and
also-
trying to get it right.
I just think.
Wait, what was that, Green Shirt guy?
I said the fact that they spend a bunch of money and keep reshooting it, that means they want to get it right. They're not just satisfied with the first draft, if you will.
Yeah. Some key things about this. All right, funny line. They did this in Iron Man 2 when they replaced what's his face as Rhodey. Yeah, they make a joke where it's like, "Oh, I got to get used to the way you look because you're different." So that was a funny line right there.
With the mustache.
Yeah.
It was said that Harrison Ford didn't want to grow one, so that's why he doesn't have it.
Do you blame him?
Yeah.
That's very Harrison. I'm not gonna grow the damn mustache.
I'll do the movie, but you can't tell me what to do.
I'm waiting for him to be like, "Don't ask me about Hulk 23. I don't know that shit. I came from."
I can tell you what, from all the shootings, the shoots that they've had, roughly, this movie is supposed to introduce adamantium into the MCU. It's
via the Eternals.
Via the Eternals,
Celestials.
because Tiamat is in the he is in the trailer. You see him in there, and it's basically the world vying for it's this new resource. They don't have to all just go shoot for vibranium anymore. There's a brand new resource that they find on there. That's one part of it. Another part of it is Ross wants to get Sam Wilson to lead a new Avengers team that is government sanctioned. And the other part of it is the leader coming back from the original Incredible Hulk in the MCU. And he's involved with creating the Red Hulk, who we see at the end of the trailer.
Correct.
That's loosely what it is. All the other stuff, I think that's all I need to know.
I don't
and mind controls as well.
Oh yeah, and what's his name? Truth is in
Isaiah
there
Bradley.
Well. Isaiah Bradley is in here well, which is great as well.
I hope the movie opens with an Isaiah Bradley flashback.
I agree.
I think it's gonna.
I feel like it would set the tone for the conversation that he's having with the president of how everyone looks at me as Captain America. I think if we do an opening 15 minutes with Isaiah Bradley, that would bridge the gap.
Yes.
15 minutes is a long time.
11 minutes, but opening sequence with Isaiah Bradley.
I agree.
Or you don't, and then which is what Disney does, force you to go pay for Disney Plus so you can watch the series, which actually is really important.
Yeah. If you have not watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you need to go watch it. It is a good series.
In general, that's more faith. Everything we've said is more faith than I have in Disney at the moment, but okay.
Carlos Esposito is showing up.
My mom's potential boyfriend. I love it. I love it.
The Thanos of motion picture has showed up, and he's added another gem to his movie.
The fact that my mom has had two eye contact moments with this man in 2 countries is phenomenal. Okay,
His daughter used to play lacrosse for Red Hook. So I've seen him.
Wow, look at all the connections.
Nice.
Look at all the connections. He's rumored to be playing George Washington Bridge as a character in Marvel Comics that mostly was involved with Cable and X-Force and all that stuff. Yeah. So maybe that'll make a move over later. I could see him and Josh Brolin Cable teaming up to do something. That would be dope. That would be dope. But that's future stuff. But he was only shot in the last reshoots. So they kind of scrambled to put him in the trailer, but he looks phenomenal in the trailer.
He looks good.
So we'll see how much he's in the movie.
He doesn't have to say anything, and you get what he's thinking.
Yeah. And I don't think he's a villain. I don't think he's going to be a villain. I think he's going to be a hero.
Some of the rumors I've heard that his character is going to be the new head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
That's just a rumor. I just want to put that out there.
All right.
If that's the case, that would line him up to be more of a villain.
True.
We'll see. We'll see.
Because we know
This
Homegirl
might be
would not tolerate anything less than somebody that she can manipulate and shield.
And also, we got 2 Falcons in this now.
But
Yeah.
no, Maria Hill's dead.
No, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's yeah.
Because what's her name's dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's this? What's the character
Here's
name?
Miss
Torres.
right there, Torres.
Torres. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the shot with them flying together is dope.
Well, yeah. How
Um,
about the shot where he's flying and all of a sudden he does the Iron Man burst?
Boom, right? Yeah.
Like,
That's dope.
I'm going, that's interesting.
Well,
Dope.
so his wings, you're gonna have 2 sets of wings. The second pair of wings are made of vibranium.
Okay.
So he's able to cut through. That's why if you see him cut through that plane, that's how he's able to cut through that plane because of those wings.
I'm not. I mean, that's cool. I don't think I noticed that. What I'm saying is the one where you see him take off and all of a sudden he hits a higher speed and you get.
Oh, the mock.
Yeah,
mock,
I'm like, ooh, he wasn't able to do that before.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have done it. We saw lots of jet power coming out of him in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But he
might
used
have
that
an
jet
extra
power to
boost
lift
now,
that truck.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bradley's gonna have a huge part in this movie.
Do you think we're gonna see his what's his grandson?
I hope so.
Here's
Just
the
'cause
thing.
Young Avengers
Here's why.
don't cancel everything.
If they do, it's gonna be a recast. Here's why: because the original actor that played him
Mhm.
got in some kind of trouble on YouTube and all that other stuff.
Okay.
So if he is, it's gonna be a different actor that plays him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This February, I think Sam Wilson is Captain America now. And anybody out there that's like, no, he's not Captain America, needs to sit down because he's earned his stripes, my guy.
I'm okay with him being Captain America, but in my mind there's 2 Captain Americas and they're both good for separate reasons. So he's not the only Captain America. Yeah, I would be fine if at some point they bring Steve back, but I'm okay with him as being Captain America. I thought his book was good until it got a little wonky when he was fighting snakes at one point, and then that's when I walked away from it. But the book was good before that.
Oh, you talking about Sam Wilson's Captain America?
Yeah. I
Okay,
got
yeah.
about 6 or 7 issues, and I'm like, nah, this is a little bit too much now.
Oh,
But
I
it was
stuck with
drawn
it.
really
It was
well, and
pretty
I
good,
like
yeah.
the story to that point.
Yeah.
The little 4 issue was that Imonen did. I'm trying to think what it was him and him and Misty fighting basically the Hydra by themselves. That was amazing. The
Yeah.
lead up was amazing. His own book.
There are 2 other characters.
Those 2.
The one on the right is supposed to be Sabra. She is a former Black Widow agent. And this one seems to be looks like maybe a Dora Milaje. I'm looking a
Yeah,
little
we don't know. Oh no, she actually has hair.
She
That
does.
scene doesn't show that she has hair, but she has
Alright.
hair.
Because
I'm not sure who
Sam
she
is
is.
linked up with Wakanda and all that. So I wouldn't put it past them to have somebody from Wakanda that's there.
Do we see Bucky?
No.
Not in this trailer.
No, I don't think he'll be in this movie.
Oh, he's gonna be in this movie.
I bet you he shows up for a brief.
Maybe at an end credit scene. Because he's gonna be in the Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't think I would want to see him in this movie. Because he already did
he's
Winter
in the cast
Soldier,
list.
you know what I mean?
But it kind
Yeah,
of
but it could be a cameo though.
But it does make sense if Isaiah Bradley is supposedly mind controlled, similar to the way that he was, so that he could give the
Bring him back?
advice, and show him how to get him back to normal.
I can see that. I just
Not
want
to mention, we spent a lot of time with them together in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't feel like that relationship, that newly forged friendship, should be tossed aside so easily. And they worked together quite a bit in the comics when Sam became Captain America as well. So it's not too far-fetched.
Maybe he's in the beginning of the movie, and then I got to go handle something, and that's where it leads to the Thunderbolts movie.
If we're having Isaiah Bradley in it, Bucky knew about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right,
I
maybe
agree with you.
Bucky did, maybe Bucky didn't, right? Because Bucky's brainwashed by the Russians.
No, but in
Yeah.
the series, he clearly knew who he was.
Oh yeah, well he had heard about him, so
Yeah, and I agree with Sam. I feel that since Bucky's gonna be in it, somehow, some way, this gonna lead his appearance gonna lead to something about the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I feel like this and Thunderbolts are a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah,
That's what I think. Because I think Ross is going to be part of that Thunderbolts thing. Because it's Thunderbolts. You know what I mean?
And I dig the suit. I'm sorry. I know some people don't like it, but I like
Yo,
it.
that suit is fire.
I like this
This suit
suit.
is fire.
I like the
I like
I
the
like the
suit.
one at the end of the show too.
When he
Yeah.
shows look at throwing the shield. Go ahead, Sam Wilson. Red Hulk is right here destroying the White House.
Can we
Yeah.
stop with every
He's
time
right
we
there.
gotta do something in Washington, we gotta destroy the White House?
Yeah, Red Hulk destroying the White House right there.
The most known building in the state.
Um,
They don't break the Washington Monument.
Or the Lincoln. They say the Lincoln one for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
shot right there. That's the money shot right
I
there.
like that.
Fred.
That's
That's
nice.
incredible. Incredible right there. I felt a little America when I was watching this.
America.
When I was watching this trailer, I was like, "Oh man, is this what it feels like to be patriotic?"
Well, the funny part for me was it Josh that said something in the chat? I'm like, I didn't even know it dropped. I'm like, immediately went. I'm like,
No, I
oh.
didn't either. Until I saw him Josh dropping in the chat. I was like, okay, I'm stopping whatever I'm doing. I was in the middle of work.
100%. 100%. I was like, I don't care what else is going on. I have to watch it now.
I gotta watch it.
And then I watched it twice.
Yeah.
These two together are gonna be ferocious, man.
Yeah.
Ferocious. If he
I'm
has, as far as
wondering-
has the vibranium wings too, oh
Yeah.
man.
But I'm wondering because Taurus's Falcon became what? Like mutated? I want to
Oh,
say.
in the comic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that here. They're more
Okay.
grounded.
well,
Yeah,
mutants.
all right. Yeah, maybe he's a mutant. He could be a mutant. And then the money shot. Mr.
This
Red
doesn't
Hulk.
excite me that much, but I know people freaked out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Red Hulk.
No, I know.
He looks just like Red Hulk comics. So that's
we
what I
talked
love
about
about
this
it.
I wonder if I wonder if they're gonna try and pull that thing where no one knows who Red Hulk is right away.
Yeah.
But if you look over here, he kind of looks like Harrison Ford.
No,
Yeah.
he does, which is too much of a giveaway. But aside from that, I wonder if they're like, oh no, who's the Red Hulk?
Yeah.
Dude,
There's also a rumor that he's not a villain, that he ends up teaming up with Sam Wilson at the end of the movie, which leads into the Thunderbolts.
And
does the
also,
that would
one have to go real low?
so we haven't heard anything about Mark Ruffalo being in this or not.
I've
keep
heard that
saying
he
he's
is in
not.
this movie. I heard that he is.
He
I heard that.
keeps saying he's not, but of course.
I hear there's
You know how they
multiple
do.
Hulks in this movie, not just
Okay.
Red Hulk.
So
like a-
does Sam have to find him and tell him that the sun's getting really low?
I just like you right now.
But if you go up to Harrison Ford and say, "That's not how the Force works."
Yeah, right. So do we know what the rights?
I'm gonna send both of you on the
are?
corner.
Like, does Disney own the rights to Red Hulk, but the funkiness with regular Hulk?
No, it's the same old Incredible
It's the same?
Hulk
Okay.
policy.
I wasn't sure. if
Yeah,
it was,
they
it was
can
split
put him
up.
in a movie, but they can't give him his own movie.
Okay.
All right, so that's a Red Hulk. Let's move along. Real quick, we're not gonna get too deep into this one because we know how it goes. But Acolyte,
I thought it was fine.
I never watched it.
It was all right. Like,
I thought it was
I don't
good.
know. It was all right.
I thought it was a solid episode. Got us where we needed to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to Sam before we started, and I should stop talking about stuff we're going to talk about. But I'm watching this episode going, okay, the first time we saw these events, we saw it from one side of the thing. Now we're seeing it from the other side, and now I got to try and do what's actually true. Like, this is one story, this is the other story. Which one aligns with everything?
That would be like cool if they like explain that, right?
You know what I
Like,
mean?
wouldn't
There's
that
a
be
thing
great if
about
they
it,
explained
and
that?
I call this episode the Jedi Blame Game. That's what I call this episode.
It would have been very cool if that was like they kind of gave you a point of view from like how you were seeing it and stuff, and you didn't really get that. And that was, I guess, what was like.
I kind of got that it was everybody's fault except Mother Anasea. I felt like Mother Anasea was the only one that was level-headed out of everybody.
Yep.
And you know what I mean?
Well, you know, what's her name?
She turned into the smoke.
Yeah, they didn't explain that either, too. Like, what's the deal?
It reminded me of when the Death Eaters and like Voldemort turn into smoke and they fly away.
Yeah.
Except they like seem to possess people when they do that.
Yeah.
I didn't like how he was able to stab her.
Well, that was the thing that threw me, because was she not fully smoked at that point, or was she like in between?
Right.
Because then if she's fully smoked, then you should have been able to stab the other one.
Right.
Yeah, that perturbed me as well. How he stabbed her while she was smoking, and then the other mother, he went like it. Wouldn't the same rules apply?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Master Soul.
It's mostly his fault. I want to say it's mostly his fault.
Shady Soul.
I mean, that's why I think he's such a great actor, because when he felt bad, like when she was attacking him, and she's like, "Attack me," and he's just like, "No, like I done messed up. Like I don't want to do anything anymore." The acting was great, right there.
What was the line too where she says, "Your good intentions are going to be the cause of"?
Yeah, we'll destroy every Jedi.
I mean, what a great line that clearly sets up what is the
yeah. Yeah. But I think we're all expecting a big episode next week. This week coming up, like I'm expecting a big episode. I don't want to. I don't want a quiet episode. I want some action. I want something.
Was Amanda Stenberg in this episode at all? I don't think so, right?
What's that?
I was asking if Amanda Stenberg was in this episode at all. I
She
don't
was
think she is.
when he was done explaining it to her at the end. She was in the chair, and he was sitting down, and they finished explaining it. It was quick. It should have got more on that. But
do we know? Is this a one-off series, or is there even talks of doing a second season?
Supposedly, the creator was Hemberg. She says it could go 2 to 3 seasons, which is why it's being dragged out.
Okay, well, if that's the case, don't expect.
Yeah, she says she wants to.
She
wants to make it
resolution then.
Yeah, she wants it to make it lead into how Plagueis comes into the picture.
Sure. So then, you're going to get some teasers this next week with I'm sure some kind of cliffhanger ending. I guarantee it. And if it's more than 45 minutes, it'll be awesome. But I'm not holding my breath.
It probably will be just 45 minutes.
I would 40. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't have they hit 40 yet?
There's one or two that were like 42, 43, but
okay.
All right, that's the Acolyte. Nice and sweet, ladies and gentlemen. All right, box office. Despicable Me 4.
Saw it.
Number 1. Was it good?
It was good. The last one, the way they ended it, you can tell it's going to be the last one.
Okay. You think they're going to stop making these?
Oh,
the way they ended it.
The last one, like ever.
I could see them doing offshoot movies, but the last one
Minions
in the Despicable Me title line.
Oh, I didn't know that. So they're probably gonna do like Minions movies too.
I could see them doing Minion movies. I could see them doing Young Gru. I could see them doing stuff like that. But the way this ended, I'd be shocked if they made another Despicable Me 5.
Okay. Long Legs. I don't know what this is.
So it's a horror movie with
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage. It's a little boring, very occult, supernatural serial killer situation. It's not a bad watch, but it's not my super high recommend, but if you like 1970s FBI agent, but it's really a supernatural, freaking supernatural murderous plot with some creature being like manipulated to perform these killings, go for it.
Cliff, would you compare this to that one movie Follow Me?
Not entirely. you know, like just slightly thematically, where like you got something serious going on, but they're like, oh shit, it's actually evil. It's actually evil magic at work.
Is it
evil forces?
Is it Wicker Man?
No.
Okay.
Because my fiance wants to see this, so I might take her to see this.
Well, does she like satanic forces, a splash of voodoo, and a crazy ass Nick Cage? Then she'll love it.
Gotcha.
It's no Abigail. Abigail's shit.
Inside Out 2 and number 3 still pulling in money.
Inside Out 2 is crushing everything.
What's its total now? It's got
over 1.2.
Right?
1.35.
Nice. Look at that.
In 5 weeks.
Yeah. Quiet Place Day 1 brought in 11 million, but got taken out of 310 theaters. Fly Me to the Moon debuted 10 million.
Yeah.
That's a wait till it's on Netflix movie for me.
Is that a Scarlett Johansson and
yeah,
Channing Tatum,
yeah.
Bad Boys is still in the top 10 at number 6. Ride or Die made 4 million, but also dropped from 444 screens.
Because of generic villain.
Horizon American Saga came in at number 7. Maxine came in at number 8. The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot, came in at about 1.3 million, number 9. And The Lion King re-release makes the top 10.
Does this show you the all-time money it make, or just?
No, just that one.
Okay.
This doesn't make sense. They should show you that.
Yeah,
they should.
No, because I think such a late re-release.
But wait, I think I can. I think.
No. I mean, they should have it as a separate category for re-releases, but
they really should, because that shit was not fair with Avatar. Oh, my movie's 10 years old and Marvel's taking the top place. Let me re-release it.
Right.
I was like, no, James Cameron, no. These are not the rules. These should not be the rules.
Wait, didn't they add 4 minutes to Avengers because of that?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the change was like, right? Like with really nothing.
Absolutely.
Little things.
It's the same company that's in that.
All right, Touch
match. So.
I don't even know what Touch is.
What is Touch?
Oh, I think I know this one, but Susan.
A romantic, thrilling story that spans several decades and continents. Touch follows one man's emotional journey to find his first love, who disappeared 50 years ago.
Nah.
Woo!
Or would you come on Tubi?
That's the kind of movie when I used to work/run a video store, would rent to watch just because whatever, but I'm not going to see it in the theater.
Oh, there's a lot of
And last on the list, Escape from Germany. You made 4,377. You've accumulated 2 million. Congratulations. You're still on the list. All right. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for your homework section of the show. Your homework was Mockingjay Part 1. This is Francis Lawrence. Is he related to Jennifer Lawrence? No? Okay. Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, even though Josh Hutcherson's not really too much in them.
True.
He's a major character.
He makes
He is.
Yeah.
Look, he got signed them big checks. That's what really matters.
Also true.
So this. No, go ahead, Steve Wilson.
I just want to say this one thing, and this may be so superficial, and I do apologize to everybody that's watching. Liam Hemsworth. Every time I get an up close of his face, I swear I could be wrong. He has a lazy eye.
Kind of.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's what's attractive of the plan.
That's not my problem with him, but
okay. That was me. I was watching. I said, "Why is he looking at me, or he's looking over there and at me.
Also,
That was me.
I also wish he was a better performer. That would also have helped.
Yes. Thank you. That's my problem with him. He could.
Let me tell you, I was like, Gail, be gone with the wind. I'm like, I can't with you.
I mean, like, if Ben Kingsley was doing that role and his eyes were doing this, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree with his performance. Like that one scene where he was describing all those people that got firebombed.
yeah.
I didn't feel hardly any emotion from him when he was telling it. I was just saying, like, he's almost like he felt like he was a storyteller. I might be jumping ahead of the gun, but I'm sorry, but that's what I felt about him.
It also took me out of it when he kneeled down while he's telling the story. I'm like, nobody does that one. And it looks so staged to be thematic because everybody else is standing up behind him. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the best actor in this whole movie is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's eating the scenery. He's great.
He is.
Julianne Moore was pretty good too.
I didn't like her at all.
President Queen. But see, I found her believable.
She was.
So like we're not entirely supposed to like her, so there is that.
She just felt wooden in a hand. When she was good, but she felt very wooden in a handful of scenes. And I'm like, whatever.
I like that's kind of a character choice, though. Like she's kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right. This movie. It's all right. This movie continues off where they've rescued Katniss. She's kind of losing it a little bit. But they reveal to her that they want her to be the Mockingjay, and they want her to film propaganda videos and all this other stuff.
So we're fighting a propaganda war is what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is.
Yeah, because art imitating life, imitating art, imitating life is an endless cycle that we're trapped in. Welcome, everybody.
The movie doesn't have much action. Me and Kamari were talking about it. It's a very filler movie, and we were like, well, how long are the books? And the books are not that long for this movie to be split into two movies.
Oh, okay.
But it was the era of splitting movies in two, and it started with Harry Potter. They did it. Actually, they were supposed to do it with the Divergent series, but they never ended up making the second part of the last film.
Yeah, they're not making that more
awkwardly.
The scene that took me out in this entire movie, and I was with it for a while, and you'll get my full review at some point, was like, I get she's a archer or whatever. You're not taking out a hypersonic jet with an arrow. I don't care. I don't care what's on the end of it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Your aim is.
But it's an incendiary arrow.
Listen.
A red one.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
If you hit it with a grenade, maybe, but even still.
I 100% agree with Green Shirt Guy. When I saw that scene, I was like, hey, hello.
Coming too. That's the sad part.
The explosive are basically arrow-tipped grenades. It works.
Come on.
But we have Hawkeye some of those arrows.
I was gonna say, right? I was like, we got
that's what it is. What's his name? BT. Come on, I'm sure he didn't send her out there with.
I'm gonna give that a tiny pass, Green Shirt Guy, because there's so much advanced technology, like proliferating.
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
I'm gonna let them have it.
It's an advanced technology in this whole thing. We have advanced planes that can cloak and do all kinds of weird things in this thing. You've seen the last Top Gun movie where they shoot the rockets at it, and that guy makes that funky, weird, like sideways spin around them. And we're supposed to be in these advanced, crazy planes, and it gets hit by an arrow. Give me a break.
Well, I want to believe that the arrow she used was also very advanced. That's
come on, dude. Like I just
listen. I'm just trying to hand them a bone. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to hand them a bone.
I think of like a heat-seeking missile on the end of that arrow. Is what she fired.
They never got into the details of what was on that arrow.
It's so funny to me that everybody's like hyper focusing on the arrow when there are so many other things too. Like it's just.
I mean, there's other things.
The movie is a cash grab. This is the slowest paced shit
Yes.
ever. It
Yes.
I
was
will say the
flawed.
first half of the book is a little bit slower paced too, but I think it's because it's very like Katniss trauma centered. Like the first half of the whole book is focused on specifically Katniss and also Finnick's trauma when it comes to everything they dealt with, and then after it gets action packed.
Yeah, and the only thing it succeeded in doing was showing us her trauma. That is the only thing it succeeded.
I think
Everything
they went light
else,
on that in the movie. I think they went very light on it because to me it wasn't like it was in everything. She couldn't see anything without being triggered. She would hide all the time and have panic attacks all the time.
I thought we got a decent amount of that in the film because everything else felt watered down compared to our POV of Katniss in this film.
The other thing that threw me was I'm watching them. Well, two things. So when you see Peeta on screen, he's saying all these things about stopping the war, and then the entire place jumps up, starts calling him a traitor, and then when they finally rescue him, like 1 hour later, suddenly everybody's fine. We got over it that quickly, huh?
I think it's because they're kind of like, okay, how do I say this? PG. They are so up in Coin's business, like behind backing her as a leader, that eventually, like, even if they initially don't agree with what she decides, if it works out well, they're going to be like, yeah, she's amazing. I always had faith in her, even though 5 seconds ago they were talking about her.
And the other thing, watching it too in District 13, is what a miserable, grueling, sad existence you live in, and that's worse than where you came from. Like,
well, there is no more where they came
which
from.
ones? They're both bad.
I'd say yeah, it's better because District 12 is all rubble and dead bodies now. So.
Okay, but
yeah,
I almost would rather be dead than live in this existence where I still don't get to make my own choices.
Yeah, but they're fighting for a cause, though. You know what I mean? They're
All of
fighting
them are?
for. Pretty much.
Yeah, everybody's working for the same.
Okay,
end.
so they're all fighting for a cause, but when she's making that speech about, before she basically tells them that Katniss is going to become the Mockingjay, we've made agreements, blah blah. She says, I can't remember the exact wording, something along the lines of, "Thank you for coming. We've adjusted your work schedule for the day, so you can take off this 30 seconds to listen to me speak." So you still have to go back and make your quota for whatever nonsense we do in this district, because they still haven't shown you. But 20 seconds, we're going to allow you not to work so you can come listen to me talk.
I think that's part of the movie, though. We'll
In the
get into
book,
that in the second movie, but
I think it's printed on their arm every day. They get like a schedule of like what the specific jobs they have to do, and they have to follow it to a T to help District 13 run, so that they can then run the rebellion.
Yeah.
But they don't really,
because they're not providing. It's not like they're providing for any outsiders or for the other districts. They're providing to stay alive. So that's why they're all on board. But again, the movie does not do this for us the way the book does.
Yeah. Also, the first half of the book was a lot about Katniss too, not just her trauma, but like her trying to train to become a soldier, because they just kind of allow her to do everything and to like go out into the field. But in the book, they made her train for it. And said, you're a civilian. You went into the Hunger Games, yeah, but that was like pure survival instincts. You have no training. You cannot go and join this war without training. And a good portion of the book is her trying to pass all of their training tests in a short amount of time, so that she.
Here's the thing. That might work in a book, but it wouldn't even matter in this movie, because she's surrounded by like 6 or 7 people that are there to basically keep her alive. So let's be honest here. They sent her out so that she would be in the war to get her emotions up so she could make her videos, and it just was I don't know.
I'm curious to know, because it doesn't seem like when she gets there that Gale and everybody else from District 12 was there that long. So did he not go through the training that she was supposed to go through, or was he just allowed to?
Maybe he didn't need to.
Or did he go through the training earlier because, of course, he was in on this earlier?
He wasn't. He didn't know about the rebellion until they got taken to District 13 and they made it there.
Woody Harrelson's good in this movie too. Again,
because remember when he was like, that's when I knew, when the guys were getting into the trucks. He was like, that's when I knew something was happening.
Which has got to be terrifying. All the law enforcement in your town
is leaving,
and like
all at once.
and you're in your house and you're like, wait a minute,
It
like
just,
that's terrifying.
it just reminded me of the movie Outbreak.
Oh yeah.
Remember in Outbreak how the army's all leaving because they're gonna bomb the city?
Yeah, terrifying.
What else happened in this movie?
Where like that district climbed up those trees and bombed those, like grenade bombed those.
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
That was giving me Lucy Gray feels with when they
and
climbed
then
up
the other
tree.
one where they bombed the dam and they're
Yeah.
getting shot up.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
trees.
the song is phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song
Fire.
is. Oh my goodness.
Fire.
Like just you could sing that song like all the time, and then when they go bomb the bridge and they're saying, yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Question.
I mean,
is one of the actors Foggy Nelson from Daredevil?
Yes.
Yeah,
the one that
blowing
doesn't
out the
speak.
tongue, yeah.
The cameraman guy that doesn't speak.
Oh
And their
my
names are
God,
Castor and
how did
Pollux.
I not notice that?
Yeah, that's Foggy.
How about
That's
the
Foggy
movie?
Nelson.
How about did anyone notice Homegirl from Fallout and Just Like That and Mississippi Masala? I
Yes.
was like, oh, I
Somebody help me out.
notice.
Who?
Which actress?
Egina, whatever her name is, Egeria.
What character does she play?
Oh,
Egeria.
yeah.
No, but
Egeria is the one who says she gives Snow his speech and she calls them rebels and he's like, no, I will not, legitimize them by calling them rebels, and she changed it to criminals. That's what I'm talking about. What about what's her name? She played Cressida, but she's in Game of Thrones. The original.
What?
the camera director, the director lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
her
she's the one that marries
something else.
she marries she's the one that marries the brother. There's the three brothers. They're trying to take the throne. She marries the gay one.
Gwendolyn Christie.
Natalie.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name though
Got
in Game of Thrones. But she
Got
marries the
Yeah,
gay one.
his name is Natalie Dormer.
We also
I'm
had
thinking about not Joffrey. It's the other. What's his name?
No, Joffrey is Robert's son. It's Robert's brother. Because remember, there's the three brothers. The one, and she marries there's the tall, skinny one that gets with the red witch, and she marries the other one, and I can't remember his name for the life of me.
we also got the future Blade in there too.
Yes,
Mahershala.
I love him.
5 minutes.
Yep.
One of my favorites. When I tell you, and Boggs as well in the books was one of my favorite characters. So when I found out Mahershala Ali was playing him, I was like, perfect. He doesn't get a lot of shine in this movie, though. I don't think.
Yeah. This what you're playing right now, Sam, is probably one of the few action scenes you got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's
bombing. Like they were
the
bombing
only
up
one.
the hospital.
yeah.
What did you guys think of the scene where they're trying to film the propo in the studio?
Oh, that was horrible.
That was
Again, just another way to highlight Philip Seymour Hoffman. So it was great.
Yeah.
It was giving like every acting teacher I've ever had that is just frustrated because
I thought it was a bit much though that she was messing it up. Then all of a sudden he just yells at her out of nowhere, like, "They're on the battleground." I was like, "Whoa, you haven't yelled one time since we met you."
Oh, and when Woody Harrelson comes in, it's like that's where a revolution dies. It's so great.
Yeah.
Katniss also responds to like high anxiety situations well, clearly. So maybe him yelling at her kind of like made her, oh yeah, right, this is serious.
Like the action sequence where they go in to get the victors, and it's like a Rainbow Six style mission.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I will give them credit in this scene though. They set the scene perfect because you're going in and everything's red. All their night vision is red. And I'm like, this is going bad quick. And Dara's watching with me. She said, "Why do you say that?" I'm like, "Because it's red." She goes, "But it's night vision." I said, "They could have chosen any color. They went with red to let you know it's about to go bad."
Yep. Because normally with night vision is green.
Or like a really hazy blue.
Correct.
Yeah. And I got to give the best acting portion of this movie is at the end of this movie when they can't pan around and you see Peter after being rescued, the look on his face, the way I was like, that man is the best actor in this movie right now. That is the best acting shot. And then when he ran at her to like kill her, and like when you look at it, he really grabs her and like throws her on the table and everything.
He whoops her up, man.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, that was frightening. And then at the last shot where she's walking and the window's getting closer and closer, and then he's just like trying to get out of the bed, like no. I was like, oh, that made me want part 2. I was like, okay, I want part 2. That right there, that saved it for me because that was frightening. Peter looked frightening. They must have tortured the crap out of him.
Was that they, before that they explained that he'd been fear, venom, not whatever.
Tracker Jacker venom.
Right, but they messed with his mind with fear, and they weren't sure if they're going to get it out. So you fix that by putting a guy in a padded cell who's already freaking out.
Yeah. You see where that.
I know. Did they mention this in the? I think they mentioned it in this. Did they even say this? I don't know. Him and Joanna's cells were next to each other, so they could hear each other being tortured, which is why like they come out so messed up. Also, I would like to point out, completely unrelated, everybody in the scene where they're all reunited. So Johanna is there, Katniss goes to see Peeta, and then Annie sees Finnick, and all of them are like ripping out their IVs and running to people.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's all good.
So bad. Like that's not just
so bad.
Why do they do that in the
That's what took you out of it?
No, but it just bothers me because I've had an IV before, so I'm like, so bad. It bothers me. That's my one gripe. I mean, I have many more.
See, I have the lazy eye. Grisha got the arrow, and she has the IV.
The IV.
I loved Snow's moment when he's talking with Katniss.
That part was cool.
Yeah, and he's just like, it's the things that we love. What was it? The things we love the most that destroy us. Yeah. Basically telling her, like,
that I know that they're there.
Yeah, I was like, this son of a bitch.
Then she's like, oh, did I kill them both? I'm like, maybe you should already be thinking of something else.
Yeah, and then the fact where Gail was like, they just let us come back.
Right.
They didn't stop us or anything.
He came back with a huge weapon.
Yeah.
It's kind of sick too, the way, and I think seeing like the prequel movie also helps you really be like, ew, this is icky. Watching and listening to the way Snow is talking to Katniss in that interaction and how smug and satisfied he is, knowing that he's torturing a teenage girl and has tortured a teenage boy and is sending said tortured teenage boy back to kill teenage girl. Like that is sick.
We're talking about an individual who hosts people killing each other yearly to be used as propaganda after. Like, torturing a child is nothing.
When he bombs them and then he like drops the roses, like just like the whole layer of roses. Like,
but I feel like until maybe like Catching Fire, you can just see him as a guy who's not fighting a system he was born into. He's perpetuating a system that was already in place. But in here, I feel like you really see that he's enjoying actively taking a part in the system.
Well, I feel like based on, I mean, again, I haven't read the books. The speech that Finnick gives, while he's they're basically trying to, look over here while we do something else with the dam, where he talks about the whole thing about the way Snow took over was he poisoned everybody and poisoned himself, but had the antidote. Yeah, you're in on it the whole time. You're not a good guy. You took power in a really messed up way. You just happen to live, but you have scars from it.
Is that what it is? Like he poisoned everybody? That's how he got
poisoned the whole council. But that's the way I understood it. He poisoned everybody that was in that group, but he had the antidote, so he was going to live. But the antidote took a while. So didn't they say something? He still has scars in his throat. That's why he always has roses around him, so you can't.
The
smell
stores, right? The stores.
I don't think it was specifically an entire council. It was
enough
like
to Tim
whoever
take
was
over, though.
approaching him specifically. So it's not everybody. It's just whoever opposes him, he uses poison.
Okay.
Which has got okay. So another thing that I'm like, is this not that important? No. But like Snow has a granddaughter, which means at one point he had a child with someone, or maybe had a wife. You mean to tell me somebody was kissing on mouth sores and bloody mouths?
Yeah, but you don't know if that wasn't from before though.
How long has he had the sword?
I don't know.
And
Yeah,
we're talking about a guy that you don't think can, with all of the nastiness we're talking about, who also used Finnick as a prostitute, apparently, because he says that this guy wouldn't force himself on a woman and then take the child and raise it.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm such saying that this is a bad man. So for it's wild to me that you're like, well, I can't believe you do this. I'm like, he's clearly done some messed up stuff.
No. I can believe he would do it. I'm not saying that anything he did is beyond belief. I'm saying it's just really sick, and you really get to see how
100%
really sick he is in this movie, because he's very much enjoying it. Before it seemed like he kind of liked Katniss, and he was like trying to at least maybe not have to kill her. But then
I think he was using her because he felt he could use her later. She's popular, so if I get her and I can use her as a tool later.
What do you mean, from like the first movie?
From the get-go, yeah. He realized that she had the it.
I thought he was trying to kill her from the jump. Because remember he was like, the spark. He's like, I don't like it. Put it out. And he kept warning the game master about it. And he's like, put it out. Put it out.
Yeah,
and that
he
was the reason.
Contain it.
I don't like the underdog.
Yeah, you didn't like the underdog.
He could have. I see. And there's also a line. I don't remember what movie it is. If it's this one or the one before. But Finnick says to her, "You would have made out like a bandit in the Capitol."
Right.
He may have been intending to use her in that way as well.
Yeah.
How about too that they make a big stink about this new costume of hers? It's supposed to be the most beautiful thing, and then it's all black and just one tone. Like what?
Right.
The designs that you see that were drawn are gorgeous, but then what she's actually wearing is really nothing.
Nothing at all.
I will say I prefer the black pin though.
The black pin is
dope. Black pin.
The black pin was dope. All right, let's get our numbers on the movie, ladies and gentlemen. Start with Green Shirt Guy.
Okay, don't hate me. I know it's your birthday. I thought this movie was really boring and really slow. It had a couple okay moments. There was a lot of things I was like, "What is this?" Woody Harrelson was good. Philip Seymour Hoffman was good. A lot of the other performances I felt were really uninspired. I didn't really feel for a lot of the characters, so I'm being generous and I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. Okay. Cliff.
Oh my God! Like, the movie was a slog. Those performances that Green Shirt Guy mentioned, good. Katniss's propo is probably the highlight of the movie and the ending. And 7.
Phil.
It's also a 7. I know it's like a 7 movie, but it was I don't know. I thought it sounded like, because I watched it through the surround sound, it sounded great. Like all the explosions and stuff that do happen, kind of like they're house shaking. So I like that. I felt, and the other thing I felt, it was like kind of amped at the end of this movie. It does have like a fight the Empire. Like, yeah, I'm amped now.
It is a kind of Empire Strikes Back moment.
Yeah, I felt a bit amped afterwards. Like,
with Peter.
It's definitely like a 7. Yeah.
All right. See Bizzle.
Hear me out. There's a lot of stuff that could have been left out of this, and we just made it just Mockingjay. And look, combine part 1 and part 2 and just make it one movie. This could have been just all done in one movie. Okay? It's a lot of slow parts, a lot of talky talks. Okay? Originally, I was going to give it a 6. But just based off the song, I'm bumping it up to a 7.
There you go.
Song is big.
Yes.
Song is big. All right.
So,
Kamari.
I think I'm going to surprise everyone. I know this movie has a special place in my heart. They always do. The books do. So I feel like that's the reason why I'm giving it this rating. Mahershala Ali is in it. Stanley Tucci is in it, and those are two of my favorite actors. So they obviously
Not enough.
for
Not
me.
enough, Tucci.
Yeah, no, not enough. I agree with that. Not enough. And I think because of that, and because I know what it's supposed to be in the book, no, objectively speaking, I'll give it a 7.5 because I do feel like some things that were included could have been left out in place of things that I feel like should have been included in their place.
Yep.
Okay. I also will give it a 7.5. I thought it was entertaining. Didn't have not as good as the other ones, but I see what they're trying to do. It's a setup for the big movie. You know what I mean? If you were to watch the second movie and not watch this, you would be kind of lost, I think, a little bit. So you have to watch this movie.
We'll take your money so we can really take your money with the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Hollywood way. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no more Hunger Games, and that means there's going to be no more Hunger Games if we only make 3 movies. So let's take our last movie and make it 2 movies.
Yeah.
And they
But
made
it's
a lot
the
of money.
Hollywood way.
And they made a lot of money.
With 2 7.5s, our median for this movie is 7.17.
Yeah. And like I said, I was being generous giving it a 7.
I think
because it's your birthday weekend, I might have
We're all
given it a
being
6,
generous.
but I want to be a jerk.
I just love the series so much that I had to give it a higher than a 7 because everybody else gave it a 7. I need to help it a little.
I was gonna give it a 6 to the music.
It's not unwatchable. It's just boring.
Yeah, it's like I think I said to Sam after we finished it, I was kind of like, well,
now what?
It's like there's just enough action in it to keep it like going.
Yeah.
It was like, it does suffer from that Hollywood like, well, there's no more
Entertaining, but not
unless we make 2 movies and put this, and now we got like 2 things on our burners for next year.
I think it's forgivable because the next movie is big. So
it better be.
I'm in 2024. I'm not in a forgivable mood.
There is a pretty cool Lord song at the end of it.
Are you? That's my song right there, boy. I'm telling you.
Singing it.
Suzanne Collins wrote that.
Oh my goodness,
wrote.
that's good. All right, let's get this duck out of the way. It was District 8, ladies and gentlemen. That's where Katniss filmed her first official Propo video. I'm going to give you 15 seconds and a chance to get that in the comments. Ready? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw! Round and round it goes. Where it lands, no one on the council knows who will win that coveted duck, ladies and gentlemen. Humphrey Castro gets himself another duck. Congratulations, Humphrey. You are in the monthly giveaway contest. I believe you already have a duck, so now you have two in the race. But make sure you tune in if you want another chance. You make sure you tune in tomorrow for New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, episode 98, 2 away from the big 100 for that series. Very, very nice. We'll give you 3 chances to win a duck for that episode. Tune in. We'll go over all the new books that are coming out, all the new keys, and all the hot comics as well. And then on Wednesday, July 17th, we have New Comic Book Day Live, episode number 107. We'll also give you 3 chances to win ducks on that night, Wednesday, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. And we have fun skits, go over all the new comic books that we got, go over movies and shakers and so forth. And then next week, join us back here for episode 96 of the Film and Box Office News for the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Part 2. And that will end our trilogy for the Hunger Games. So make sure you tune in next week and make sure you do your homework, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
And then we move into the next fresh circle of hell that one of you chooses.
The green shirt guy.
We're begging you to pick something on a regular platform. We're begging you.
I think I've narrowed it down, and I can after we get off, I'll tell you what did make it. I've narrowed it down to about 6 different ones, and I will have to make my decision.
6 different ones.
Well, because I'm just debating on whether I want to go serious after this, or I want to go something comedic, so we can kind of cleanse our palate a little.
Roger that. All right, let's give a shout out to everybody that came through tonight. Las Cruces 1971 came through. Thank you for joining us from New Mexico. Brian LCS came through. Thank you for joining us, Brian. Eric Jackson came through. Thank you, Big L, for joining us. Meatwad #1 came through. Thank you for joining us. I can't say this name.
Win.
Win.
Like, just thinking that you're winning.
No, the first word. The first one.
I would say
Loke
Win.
Loke Win. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you for being here. Kenneth Bird is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Trev the Shipping Guru came through. Thank you for joining us. Bill's Treehouse came through. Thank you for joining us. Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, came through. Thank you for joining us. Jay Margolis is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Christina Payne came through. Thank you for joining us. Rad Art and Comics came through. Thank you for joining us. Hoffrey Castro got himself a duck. Thank you for joining us. K-Pop Junkie tuned in. Thank you for joining us. Triple G Comics came through. Thank you for joining us. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
And wait, just there we go.
Nguyen.
Oh, there you go.
Nguyen. Okay.
Which I want to say,
Loke Nguyen.
for 2 weeks.
Salute to you, sir. We will get it right from now on. What?
You can never get that wrong again. You just got.
I can't. Nguyen. It's in my brain forever. Nguyen. Say it 3 times and it's in your brain forever.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
It's not. It's failed me, but it's helped majority of the time. All right, so that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. New keys and hot comics of the week. And for myself, for Kamaria, for C Bizzle, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, and of course, for our beloved Cliff and the rest of the Council of Comics. We love you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?